Welcome along. Now, if you're more upset about the words hurricane and invasion than you are about the impending destruction of Britain and Western culture, then I think you've got a massive problem. Suella Braverman has got more guts than a kebab-eating, 9-pint-a-night darts enthusiast for coming out and saying what the vast majority of people in Britain really think. Both legal and illegal immigration at their current levels will ruin the Western world as we know it. Here's that moment from her barnstorming speech that has lefties so hot under the collar.
The wind of change that carried my own parents across the globe in the 20th century was a mere gust compared to the hurricane that is...
Well, she's right. And when it comes to the word invasion that she's previously used, if we lined up all the boats that have crossed the Channel this year and sent them over from Calais in one go, packed, full of mostly young men, would it, or would it not, look like an invasion? If we looked at legal immigration in the 1950s or the 60s and we called that level a gust, then what's happening right now, very obviously, is equivalent to a hurricane, isn't it? So her language is not a problem for me. She's not out of order, she's not stoking racial tensions, she's being forceful with what she says, but we've had decades of politicians pussyfooting around this issue, and the opposition leader struggles to even say what a woman is, for goodness sake. People who find that language offensive need to get out more and realise that the majority of people around the country say things like that all the time. But of course, they won't get out more, will they? Because the luxury belief brigade, as she called them, the open border fanatics, the human rights contingent, they hate you. They hate ordinary people. They lock their car doors when they drive through Burnley. They couldn't give a damn about anyone that lives in Rochdale, and they joke about the people of Rotherham while they hobnob next to the fire pit in their country retreat, tossing lumps of foie gras at their pigeon frit. Oh, isn't it absolutely outrageous that the Home Secretary said a hurricane of migrants are on their way? Yeah? Where do you live? Oh, you've chosen to move to an upper-middle-class village somewhere with quiet local schools and hospitals so you don't have to deal with all the consequences of your own ideology, right? Of course you have, yeah. This stuff writes itself. We all know these people. I mentioned human rights a little earlier. Now, towards the end of this clip, you'll hear another reason why Suella copped it. Here's some more of her supposedly controversial comments from conference.
Far too squeamish about being smeared as racist to properly bring order to the chaos. Is Labour that turbocharged their impact by passing the misnamed Human Rights Act? I'm surprised they didn't call it the Criminal Rights Act.
Strong stuff. Well, the Human Rights Act should be called the Criminal Rights Act. That's what she said. All I'll say is this. A lot of criminals rely on the Human Rights Act to not be deported, and it does seem to work for them, doesn't it? What I think the left hates most about Suella Braverman is that she isn't white. She's an ethnic minority who doesn't think the way that she's supposed to. I mean, they'll still call her a fascist anyway, unlike these people, of course, who appeared outside Tory party conference. Yes. Look at that, eh? I mean, forgive me, all right? Forgive me. But who are the fascists here? Can you imagine if these were Brexiteers at a Remainer conference? The backlash, look at them. You know why people want to complain about Suella Braverman's language, don't you? It's because they think it's racist or divisive. No, it's not that at all. It's because they actually don't want her to talk about it at all. They don't want anyone to admit that we have a massive problem. Language is important. And I'd rather have the words that Suella uses than the words other politicians use to lie to us about the true scale of the problem.